Look, what was that in Humawi? Your friend at Japadi. So, me bacho, what they capture the Ebame, now my phone. Men can't assemble in free meeting. Sir, a Japadi. Ya say a bushia kubi, a natural. Payo mumbe faswa. Ghana Japadi na ebabe di or money or muma, and no massive fontem, and some. A tinipa or throw forward, and I was sign of Oriata. Ewa.
Sabre busan for mama kwaba eba GH news update so. Sabre amajima konye na me de nwum kakra bi etwam na mo mate ase de nwum twam so ahun tuna so pa very sure me ko mo de mo kwa ko tuna sa pepe busan for Sabre mama kwaba bi mo eba GH news update so. Sabre ye news etwetwa gu na busan for mo so for na je mfima tena ase de nenu na me de brem so ti ahun tuna so pa very sure me ko mo de ama kwa ko tena sa pepe je Japade book and one asem ne ba be kan e Japade book you can one asem ne ba be chirichim matters ne ba be chirichim ma person na etwegu the president of the Republic of Ghana Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo ede ni chirichim aba Gabi Ochedako a friend of Ghana Prime Minister also the ni chirichim aba dey aba to Facebook ina Hope Sinadoye the gallant man for the movement of change and so the Nichichi Mawa. It was for President also know the it's just a fallacy, it's just a friction. I'm on for now. I'm on can be with their family. Maintain President Ekafa Japade Buku.
In the run-up to the 2008, 2012, and 2016 presidential elections, I was the target of numerous false and malicious stories aimed at attacking my credibility and integrity. In 2008, baseless allegations of drug trafficking were spread, along with numerous rumors about my health intended to cast doubt on my ability to serve as president. President Kufuor was also accused in 2008 of having sold all of Ghana's gold reserves. Again, the 2012 election saw false reports of my alleged arrest in London for drug possession and fabricated quotes designed to stir ethnic tensions. In 2016, it was alleged by sympathizers of the opposition that I had killed my late wife. Today, with a few months to the December 2024 elections, they are at it again. A fabricated document entitled a Japade is being peddled around by operatives of the opposition as evidence of a grand scheme by my party to annex the assets of the state. These experiences underscore the importance of discerning truth from falsehood and the need for all of us to remain vigilant against the dangers of misinformation and disinformation.
Makwaba. Now we soon Gabi so the Prime Minister for the Republic of Ghana so edebe to Facebook go on the wall. Gabi say it's the book we and Padia wa ubeji atumbia no konen ko hwe wadwe. Have your head out examine. Hey, Japade dia semeba. The gallant man so the need aba. Here hopes in Adoye. Hopes in dia sembebo asembeba. Adoye dia sembebo asembeba. So on the book we what because a fallacy. Because it's just a fiction we are going to be throw there. Nande unanga sanu hune how. I say a yadia manfo atena se atro a planning a executing. Na book no share never be a book ma. It's already happened. Some are also in the execution process. You say no, the president Nedi, and now say the hopes in it. But for me, I couldn't go see hopes in Sweden. I work And for the Japanese book.
Yeah. Look, what was that in Humawi? Your friend at Japan. So, me pacho, what they capture the evame. Now, my phone. Men can't assemble in free meeting. Sir, a Japan. Ya say a bushia kubi, a natural. Kwayo mube faswa. Ghana Japadie nyina eba di omoni omuma ene omasefo ntem ensem etinipa ochro forward anani osaye wasan oforiata ewa ha now forward no what dey hwe the first paragraph okay was say to our future made up of the present and the unborn for whom this will of a nation is being prepared. So, what say a dachi? Any nasitra ye woman, any young kola ni and nan kanswa young wo mono. Womo adna ye yes sir a Japadie or minor Japadie ediama omo. So what do you to me amasi e mamesum? Obi se sa to me na de man no. What the ye Japadie, Ghana as Japadie Gina de ma nasifo. And we are quiet. Now, what say to our foremost king of Oripeni, the progenies spread across this world, for whom and to whom alone this sacred document is prepared. Ye yes, I dear Wagina, the share of Oripeni and Munyam. Ghana 40. Hey, careful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Paragraph 5.
Paragraph 5.
Was it currently with Nanado in total control of the whole entity of Ghana? We have a duty to ensure that we take over the commanding height of the essential fabric of the country, in order that even in the event that Nana leaves the scene after the mandatory 8 years, the sons and daughters of Ochimai will be firmly secured and such control, both financially and economically, that we can no longer be ignored in the battle to control the destiny of Ghana. Hey, Ghana for Muntio. Remember examples, say, this is not a fiction.
A planet.
And it's working. Working. In the forward now, me more baby. What's it? We free 5. Now we back 7, paragraph 7.
6, 7, yeah.
What's it? In doing this, we need to be strategic. We will have to work with other people from some of the diverse ethnic groups, including some carefully selected people in Ashanti and other diverse ethnicities or land. This would make them believe that they also have a hand in the pie. It will be obscure. It will obscure any suspicion that the project is essentially an Oforupeni project. This point is crucial because with electoral politics, we have to have our eyes on the numbers in the electoral process. We cannot be blatant until we are completely secured in the endeavor. It is especially so because so far, the Ashantis constitute the single most populous ethnic groups in the country. So, it is Ashanti for the young man, and I say, I'm according to Agagan. Paragraph 19 in your kind. Paragraph 9. Was it although the Ashanti group within the current MPP is gearing itself to take over the party after Nana's tenure in 2024? It will be ideal if we could work to bypass them in 2024. Now, with hard work, we could work to pass the mantle over to non-account person, preferably from the north, under whose presidency we could secure the maturity of our takeover projects. Where a prophecy is here. So being a turn down what church and say a fiction and you interest anybody or a prophet. And why a prophet?
A serious issue.
What say? Ashanti region, and that's Ashanti for our MPP party. or more prepares on be take over from Nana Akufo-Addo. Yeah, co primaries. Alan Chamantin from Ashanti.
Yeah.
Boacha Japo from Ashanti. Adainimo from Ashanti. Akutofiye from Ashanti. Kobna Japan from Ashanti. 5 people. 5. Out of 9 you say you know mokoye. Kojo Poko is for Abraka on 6.
Yeah.
So on yet. So wamu nyese wamu be bypass Ashanti region. Traditionally, Ashanti region is superb, very strong. Otumfo wo UK. Yamano kwan ye besoano in the palanquin. Ewo UK. Akwesida no kwakwedi no. Omo makwa ye besoano. Omo beji a whole street near group ketene eyi. Ohini bia ni ho betima kwa side no. It is a sadia. Then let's cut the Ashanti politically. It is a betima ye so a yampe obi a wo ye non-account person. Yemfa mano. See that man go go pray be e na get. Hey, I'm gonna be back go pray be e na get am me. But we move ahead, preferably a person from the north.
They were
and then me no work as a MPP Frabera over here.
No.
Officially. O mo so sidi sa prophecy no abam. Look. Mame emma one day.
Book we dey
mashada kind power.
Asa baby I want person kind so what chiro dey egu ho. Say be I how mere.
Oh mantra.
Me person obi be wia enti na ma chiro dey.
Okay.
Wo wia pa wo bie ya no obi ho say media. So on yet no. Hwe. Sa Labadi beach in Sensemu na Senate to na yenko. Any ade. Ayeden ana director general of Senate Dr. Tinkran ye nadi obi amwo hu ne ye nadi
Debi letter no so timi se nipa o chore na bu afu pa
papa no ye na o me twa me hu wo America basisi a onya phone call as a Galloway
proceed on leave
because now he was not in agreement on certain things. Now share near ejapade eka is talking about Mamima head in answer. It's talking about banking. Banking.
Okay, higher banking.
Banking or machichim, mother. Mother no Bank of Ghana. Biological children. Ghana indigenous banks.
Banks no.
And they were adopted children. Adopted children hona mekono. Absa Eco Bank, Yimuni near Gaita. Or Mune adopted. Now, on the adopted Eco Bank. We have 2 routes of entry into the institution. First is through Senate, which has a seat on the board of Ecobank Ghana by virtue of its shareholding. The seat is occupied by the Director General of Senate. In phase 2 of our agenda, Kofi Bosompem Osafo-Maafo, who is a Deputy Director General of Senate, should be made the Director General to give him the seat on the Ecobank Ghana board.
To me. Hey.
On the Ecobank Ghana board. And now me know say who is the Director General of Ghana Senate.
Bosompem.
What take his seat no. You may be su. You may be su. Secondary. Papa we madam for me respecting no pandi. Ya born wife with him in pesa me ko. We dey mama si hono. Unya buku de bina kaya wa.
Wa be wu de wo.
Wo be de.
O pe say.
O kwa anda bank. Wo be ku se ne sitie. Hwe eti yeti honum ama abusuanko baako. Eje Ghana japade nyina. So Capital Bank, pan fa so egu pakwasi ndum bank ene ne atwere wa hase.
Nya no de wa ha. Eno de sa portion no makan.
Eno ne aye no hase no. Now, Uber under insurance, your mother, your biological, and you were adopted. So, now, why your mufaswa, ye pia SSC, SNJ. Near Kofa Enterprise Insurance, and no ye bibia, Enterprise Insurance, one nura.
Cano for that.
Government a gibia. Ya fosu bia. One fanfa Enterprise Insurance, you are in trouble.
And as SIC near your mind, dear, and I am basa.
Ya to baby. Jaja baby. Hwe uko bank sector. Kwa ye fa so ye data bank. And ye bibia loans aye gigi na ne ade. Nipa abusuan ba ko pe. Ya no mu de ye Galloway for. Who can we are? Obey MPP Mbeso Regina ever be defended this rot. Now what you want now, Obre? Yes, say to our future, present, and unborn.
To a more yet, I didn't say by your mamma, or young woman, pono, or member.
What can you in area or partner will say? Ghana has said this tribe is going to be the movers and shakers of Ghana.
Indeed.
It is a bibiba poswa. Womono kasape enu no obi abedi akire.
Obi abeti order from above.
Oh, pesika dia ye bibia eho na obeko ene ade. We are here. We are quiet. Wo benya obi no aba begina no wo defend it. Eish. I will not.
Now on my nimu ayetimi aboka ma ye kan tia. Na ye pre carry forward.
Ye mo Ghana fama nipa baako. Ye nyina ye dia. Ye nyina ye dia. Hwe no dia ba kwasindu. Ye no dia no.
Atwra to dada.
Ye twa to.
Ni din nyina wo.
Me pesa be kan ne honum no because of Sadi Wenti. So okay. Because of that, and me pesa me kan.
Come crash me bebo. Yeah,
Mami some more example. What if you na ka say fictional? Then that writer we need to look for him. Now on prophesy on this country. Meaning, yeah, edin, we have body natural. The writer no more boni do, Madame Fupa.
Ah, you are sure Japadi book no.
Madame Fupa, we have boni natural. As we are moving on, me boni natural. One of the boni din, one of the co-writers in the other. Eh? One more edin, you may be a shisha or monza. The technical team led by DM Oforiata should further evaluate the following details in order to choose the appropriate site.
Galamsey.
Sure. According to this book, Omuwo 332 Galamsey companies. Nina, are you a? Okay. Womuni. Womuna Shishana. The Northern Gold Coast Enterprise. So and so. Amanfi East. Wasa Amanfi East. Ufa say Takwa in Shoyom Municipal. Just every district. They are there. Pristia. In Zima East. Omachi Chomunagum. Eti, one a catcher say Galamsey Bitwazi. Pane gaza azam ni show. Se betime to ase dia, na che se esese abansi samba. O se o mama. Don't say o mama. Mama try ade baako. Undermining oil and gas industries. What did he? Was it our mining as well as oil and gas strategies constitute a major plank of the blueprint for controlling the extraction of natural resources, which God has generously bestowed on Ghana, particularly the Achem land. Was it to this end? A cursory look at the approved concessions should be looked at, as Santi Bedietuo is to lead the process to take over this concession detail below and consolidate them into the standard Ejapa LLC incorporated in Jersey. Ejapa Ango Parliament. Sir, your mineral say ye or moon about vegetable royalties in the Gaga. Adjenekesi. You're the BT Ghana. Now, on this note, I will salute the minority in Parliament.
Yeah, and you are more ding. So a mom penny.
Share Ejapa LLC incorporated in Jersey. You call registered company no abrochiri. And the day by a same rofu be never be first one. What would you ever?
Oforiata.
There be
hey, as antimedia too.
Was so or make sure. Says nobody in our so. And a parliament. Parliament board Mugalawe. And yes, anka ye mineral resources a yibia wo mujijibia e kwabushan. How can we live in a country like this? Eh? How can we live in a country like this? Ghana, baby, you go near you know, mamma pono honum kama no. Ah, I had you now, take over. I didn't as a state. Yes, Simbo Bianconco to Galamsey, a war, ye quiet. Now, man for whom, the intimate stop war. Do you know one strategy?
I didn't see I can't time the presidency in our two on the line.
Do you know the strategy? You bet you may you suggest 3 days. Your baby will be a miracle. I saw all the strategy about me. Say no.
Wow.
Na Ghana Armed Forces. Omo call no omo fly omo jet was ro honum. Near start to say you spray kwa yedum how dey be wura ho. Why dey be wura kwa yedum?
Obi anwura ho.
Obi anwura ho. Yes there be. Yes e boy kwa ye ho ban. Na abusuakuo bi according to this book.
Enti adena eti say ya nunu ye ho ne because ye wia the taxpayers money near the ama operation the galam stop was a wine near san de bo mo ho ka all in the name say yes stop it galam say you enti me stop it.
Okay? Telecommunication. Alliance oba say digitization betima koye no. Ye say low data. Low cost data. Now we talk data 100 cities, any 3 days, NASA. How can you drive that? Ninji na no, ehun sam hihye ha. What you say? Bisa telcos, bisa omo. Me say ya munyusu RTI no, munyusu. Ehun fa no mo to omo yi, ene sen, eye den na sa pricing we ever. First na go mu nyina to no NCA. Fofofo. The first to data e check. Ya di nkrofobia be hihye mu. Eti no NCA Emma 1/3 omo na je 2/3 eti telcos no betima to titwa bi ewo NCA na fa kese na no akwakoto no ba bi ono soso no be say 3 times the price NCA de be ma eti ho na betua me ne wo na etua ekogu abusuan ba ko account mu na omo ache I don't know why
wickedness.
So there you know. Share. Me say the Paul trust that way. Or prophet o. A man for so be na share them no try no the to abontin. And I'm saying nipa na prophet. Listen. The political terrain. How do you know the political terrain? I don't want the party. African the Japan aba. Na fe Samuel Kudiso, John Bodu diso. Now mo the roaring factor aba. Other minor parties in the Kaka, religious and chieftaincy. Nti other smaller parties, you know, or more kasa you should understand. That should be a no more kasa no go. Ni na wa.
Achichira show manum. Na no ba ku bia mani tua no. Abo come say na wo wani ambra wo power pa na wo kasa ti say obi a wo ye government spokesperson ni.
The cars bebre so.
Hey.
Enyo na aka na asemi. Nye the cars bebre.
Ai. Me say ana wo per president ni bia bia na say den. What's that the PR ama government? Almost so many say ha.
Omo sha say. She. Oh say ya don ye. Oh yeah, hand over that.
Ewa ha.
Kroma. Ye nyina wo kroma. Mo hand over. What the security for on am yes on the DJ. Ade omuni ani, omuni adwene. Omo hu say obi e pep change. E change no. On bed Daniel Bumo. Mo angasa ombo hu say. Here, what's it as we make final push for EC registration? It is sub IUA about 2019. It is important to roll out our final onslaught to ensure that NDC eventually become a fringe party. Whereas we do not expect the Electoral Commissioner herself to blatantly cripple the NDC, we could deploy the other non-EC functions, such as the need to maintain law and order. So using our people within the security agencies to frustrate NDC supporters from either registering or voting. I know Mabodin, Brechampon will be the key in this endeavor.
Until no so had over. Also, I'm a brave you come say yabem because one of that done another day, they hand you over, hand you over. Would you how? We ask our man come say yabem.
Was it before then? We must have a critical evaluation of our strength and weakness in order to be well positioned for the task ahead. Now, the party, or Maboma party, so the youth and women's wing of our party remain our weakest link. Every effort must therefore be made to get our national organizer to fill in the gap. Same apply to getting Eslausu to assist the women's wing. I do way by 2019. 2020 elections. Eslo usuja Abrekuma West. No one nam Tolong, no one nam Borga Central, no one nam Wa, no one nam Babia. And yet never has it. We should assist the women's wing. Eti, the writer, the great prophet of our time, say a yet calculated plan. That's when you see a G2 say it's a fiction there. Now we the greatest prophet in our time. As a CAT because
more bomb they are doing the same thing.
No more catch a grade Japan, above Adam. No more can some obey. Say Alan, ever take over. They should try and then bypass him. Yanko for being free enough. Abum. Bibio Muka book in Ubia, abum. Don't bother the American crown memorable.
No, quite fast.
Yes, a bit too.
Yeah, too simple. Now, me Brian Mobo. Oh. What's your cognom no ada?
You're too so simple. Ma obia emphasize the way in diagro. Media obia who say a book muna make free. And I'm not the writer. At Ghana, nipa bebre ekitasa the way I'm making. And ye baby, ye be Ghana for home. No one take a wise decision. Because national cake, you know, a ye na yedia. Adenti. And as I say, yeah. Now, the national situation as regard to the media landscape. Me babe king can baby natural. No one who said the Yama essay air cover. Me babe king can be. Hey, what can I do?
Oh, Tony,
what can I do?
Oh, to your projection, man, is see Pepe per se, the say.
As also on closure of opposition media. We score as low as 70% for her execution of the agenda to close down pro-NDC radio and television stations. Yeah. While we praise her for closing media entities such as Radio XYZ, Capital Radio, Muntie FM, and many more, she scored some low marks in the implementation of the strategy. We expected her to leave Radio Gold from the list for obvious tactical reasons. She could have waived their debt like she has done for our friendly stations, such as Ask FM in Kumasi. She could have been fired for the avoidable backlash in strategy, but for her long-standing role as Nane's protege.
Hey! Bacha honey and chrim.
Phase 2. Tier phase 2. Phase 2 of media control. Was it there is no doubt that Joy 99.7 FM and the multimedia group will remain an industry leaders in the communication sphere of the country. While relying on them as a veritable ally, anti-MPP agenda by some of their staff does not pretend well to us. We were left with no choice but to have used our voice, in quote, to threaten Manasseh Azuri Awini, while his publication on the past inured to our political benefit. He has overstretched himself in his attempt to assume an air of neutrality. He was influential to our historic victory, but his constant attack on government culminating into the militia documentary was most unfortunate. Okay? Okay. Some multimedia, omo lead in the airwaves. Awa hase. Na adwuma a omo ye de boa MPP mo ba victory no good. Na so some of the elements wo mu a omo akwakoye omo akwakoye anti government. Enti no omo sheda no omo use boys. Edi threaten Manasseh Azuri ebemu na zama Manasseh Azuri anyane akwankwa South Africa
boy de ho adwa
ni ye ka that time na me hu we me say ebede na sade we abam enya no kre sana no kre pa sana no kre enti se obi na tena ne dem church sade we ema no ba out 2019 na after 2020 election Samuel we nyina esisi a me say let us look for the person Let us look for that person. Oh, me boy, Mr. DM for that. I'm say or a co-writer. Or madam for minimum. Now, hijacking of GBC. Now, the judiciary and governance in Ghana. Yen party court. So that the next 20 years, they can be in control. I don't want to see nominating more people to Supreme Court. Agenda in here.
So for my Kwaba, let's just subscribe here. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, GH News Updates. So you bet me the name of Nyamapa Abrem. The day I hear from you, and I just my crab, Damasi. So what I want you to know, some car. You will show me come on, that's it.